Today, the topic is about honoring the three jewels. Now we are in a series of talking about how we can build a harmonious Buddhist community, right? So often when people ask, who is the highest authority? Who is the Lauta in Nalanda? Then maybe someone will say, oh, the management committee. Maybe the president is the Lauta. But we have management committee here at the back. They like to sit at the back. Is that true? No. In all Buddhist centers, who has the highest authority? It is the three jewels, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. These all the community members must know, so that one day when we come to disagreement, dispute, not follow your opinion, not follow my opinion, but follow the Buddha's principles. That is the meaning of who is the Lao Ta. Now you know, huh? Yes. So I also want to share one story to start with this learning session. To share, just now Chen Ying was sharing about the Dhammapada story. This Erakapata. Naga is also the snake. In Buddhist tradition, when we say a naga, it's not the Chinese longa, it's actually the cobra, the serpent, the snake. So in that teaching, it is very important for us to realize that for us to get the chance to sit here, kwai, listen to the Dharma teaching is truly, truly very rare. So don't fall asleep, follow through. Not long, only until 10:50 you can stop. Cut. Douyin, cut. Okay, you can cut 10:50, right? So, what is the story I want to tell? This is a story I learned from the meditation retreat under the Goenka tradition, right? He told a story about Buddha's lifetime. There was this young man, this not very young, okay? Yes, young man opposite. Okay, young. Young man, he has so much love to the father, but life nature, the father died one day. So he couldn't, he missed the father a lot and he couldn't accept the death of the father. He wanted to do all he can to make sure the afterlife of his father is also good. So he knew that who is the Lauta? Who? The Buddha. He went to see the Buddha and then he asked the Buddha, can you make sure, can you do some ritual, some ceremony to make sure that my father now can smoothly go to the heaven so that he can enjoy all kinds of happiness and no pain, no suffering. So at that time, this young man was very sad. While he was telling, he was crying, very sad. Because of his emotion, the Buddha knew that it's very difficult to tell him that this is anicca. This is the nature of life. He couldn't comprehend. So the Buddha told him, all right, I will help you. Go and prepare two earthen pot. Two earthen pot. One pot you fill out with butter and ghee, all kind of minyak. Another pot you fill out with the stones and the pebble. And then you bring these two pot with me at the river side. We will meet there. 不见不散。这个是我加的，不是不让讲的。Okay. So they met at the river side, river bank. And then at that time, the Buddha said, now you can release the two pot. After he released, the Buddha said, now you can use the stick to break the pot. So as soon as he break the pot, piak, piak. When the ghee released, what happened? it floats on the surface of the water. What happened to the pebbles and the stone? It sinks, right? It sinks. So witnessing that, now the Buddha said, young man, whatever chanting, whatever recitation you can do in your own way, you recite. Ask, okay, all the ghee, please sing, please sing, please sing. Okay, and then you recite all the pebbles and stone, please float, please float, please float. Recite, recite. Then this young man look at the Buddha. What is this? Definitely everyone knows that heavy things will sink and then the light thing will float, right? What are you talking about, man? Asking the Buddha. Then the Buddha told him that exactly, this is exactly what you are trying to ask me to do. So if your father in his whole lifetime, he has been a very kind-hearted person, doing all the goodness, sure he will go to a happy destination. No matter how I chant or what rituals I do, sure, this is the course of nature. He will be reborn in a good state. But if in his whole lifetime he has been a wicked person, harming others, hurting others, doing all evil deeds, no matter what I recite, he will sink. He will go to unhappy states. So, my friends, in the Buddha's teaching, Dhamma pada verse, there is this verse 188 and 189 saying that men stricken by fear head to many refuge, to mountains, woods, groves, trees, and shrines. But no such refuge is safe. No such refuge is supreme. Not by resorting to such a refuge is one freed from all ills. Meaning that when we face with fear, when we face with sorrow, there are a lot of time because not knowing the right way, we follow superstitious way. We do things in a meaningless or rituals way. But the Buddha said all these actions are meaningless. The right way for us or the right refuge for us to refer is going to Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha as our guidance. In the next few verses, the Buddha said, he who has gone for refuge to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, he who sees with right knowledge the Four Noble Truths, dukkha, the cause of dukkha, the cessation of dukkha, and the Noble Eightfold Path, which leads to the cessation of dukkha. This indeed refuge secure, this is refuge supreme. By seeking such refuge, one is free from all dukkha. So when we meet with challenges in life, if we go towards the wrong approach, we may not solve the problems to the root. But if we follow the right teaching from the Buddha's teaching, understanding what is the cause of these problems, these challenges, understanding the true cause, and by uprooting the cause, we overcome our suffering. Right? So this is the reason why all of us here, right, kwai take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. True or not? Yeah. Now, the three jewels. Before I go into explaining the three jewels, there are also a need for us to understand. A lot of time we can accept the concept of duality, big If there is big, there is small. If there is long, there is short. If there is left, then there is right. Young and then old. A lot of things we can see the concept of duality, right? And when we are doing good, well, we like people to appreciate, to acknowledge, to praise us. This is one. But when we do things which is bad, which is wrong, which is not good, when people correct us, we say, why you yell at me? Why you want to correct me? Right? We try to hide away from our wrongdoings, our mistakes. So in this case, we are unable to see things in a duality way. Why? Because in our mind, there is this delusion. This delusion comes from our ignorance about the true teachings of the Buddha, the teaching of Four Noble Truths. Delusion means we have a blind spot. We cannot see. Everyone mistake, we can see very clearly, 清清楚楚. But our own mistake, there is a great blind spot we cannot see. This is called delusion, blind. Why we are blind? Because we never train ourselves having this true understanding. The understanding to see things in the right perspective, to see things in the perspective of Four Noble Truths. Right? I hope everyone have more or less learned about this core teaching, Four Noble Truths. Have you heard before? Yeah. So in order for us to remove this ignorance, then we need to follow the true refuge. The true refuge, the supreme refuge, comprises the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Who do we consider as the Buddha? Who? Lao Da again, okay. Yes, we refer Buddha means one who is enlightened. It refers to the historical Buddha, that is Siddhartha Gautama. This is according to the Theravada tradition. Because in other traditions, there are many, many Buddhas, right? But when we are talking about learning from the Buddha in the context of Theravada, meaning we are following the advice, the life story of Siddhartha Gautama. This one we have to know. All right. And the next thing I want to show you is the Buddha's enlightenment. He gained full enlightenment at the age of 35 years old. The word Buddha comes from the root word Bud, body, means to awaken, to know, to discover the truth. Right? So when we say Buddha, means this person is an enlightened person. This person is an awakened person, awakened from ignorance. From not knowing, now he became a fully knowing person. Right? Do you understand? Okay, so in the Dhamma school, they get to learn life story of the Buddha. Here, if you want to learn, then can request. Brother Tong, very good, tell story, can tell story. Okay. Okay. Now, during the Buddha's time also, there is one encounter. A Brahmin saw a not fingerprint, saw the footprint on the ground. And then he saw this footprint look very different, very unique, very nice. So he wants to know, this footprint belongs to who? This is a very special footprint. So he started investigating, follow the footprint, and then he saw the Buddha seated under a tree. And then he approached this person called Dona. Not Donut, Dona, he approached. He wants to know, actually, who is this? He asked, "Excuse me, sir, are you a deva? 你是天神吗?" Then the Buddha said, "No, I'm not a deva." Then he asked, "Are you a Gandhava?" Means a musician, heavenly being. Then he said, "No, I'm not a Gandhava." Then he asked again, "Are you a Yaka?" 你是 demon 吗？魔鬼啊？ Are you a demon? Then the Buddha said, "No, I'm not a Yaka." Then, "Are you a human being?" Are you yes lah? Buddha is not human being. He is super being. So he says, he introduced, for the first time, he introduced the word Buddha. He is a Buddha. Why? Because he has known all the things to be known. He has cultivated all the things need to be cultivated. And he has destroyed all the defilements that need to be destroyed. That's why we call him the Sama Sang Buddha. He said, "I am the Buddha." 我是代表吧，我还没有 Buddha. He said, "I am the Buddha." So when we pay respect to the Buddha, we pay respect with the 5 points prostration. When you bow down, you make sure your head surrender to the ground. Your hand, this 2 point also touches the ground. Your knee, this 2 point also touches the ground. These 5 points going to ground. It's a custom, Buddhist custom, showing our highest respect to this Sama Sambuddha, right? And the Dhamma, what is the Dhamma? The Dhamma refers to the teachings of the Buddha. As Buddhists, we know that there is a collection of Tipitaka. The collection, we call it the 3 basket. Buddha's teaching is recorded from Buddha's time in an oral manner using chanting. And later on, when written technology is available, then it is recorded in the books. Right? So what are the 3 baskets? In one collection, the first basket, we have all the Vinaya Pitaka, all the collection of rules practiced by the monks. And the second basket or collection is the collection of Sutta or discourses of the Buddha. When the Buddha encounter with individuals, right? The Buddha gave teachings to these individuals, so it is recorded in the Sutta Pitaka. And one more basket is the basket of Abhidhamma Pitaka, the collection of higher teaching, analysis of the mind, all are recorded in Abhidhamma Pitaka. So when we are learning or taking refuge in the Dhamma, meaning we have this keen interest to learn from these discourses, this collection. All right, so this is the when we bow to the Dhamma, right? Also 5 points prostration, right? Every time when we bow 3 times, right? The first bow to the Buddha, the second bow is to the Dhamma, right? And now the third bow, we bow to the, before that, in all Buddhist tradition, sometimes different Buddhist tradition, we have different culture, different way of expression, but they all share the same teaching. So that's core teachings of the Buddha is called the Dhamma Cakkappavattana Sutta, the discourse on the turning of the wheel of Dhamma. All right. So when we refer to the Dhamma, it is also referring to this discourse where it teach about the principles of middle way, not going to the two extremes, the extreme of self-indulgence or the extreme of self-mortification, torturing oneself, right? So the most important teaching of the Buddha have this message. Don't go to extreme. At the same time, knowing how to see things in the right perspective, following the Four Noble Truths. Understanding this, you mindfully walk the 8 factors, the Noble Eightfold Path. Right? So this is the core teaching when we are saying we learn the Dhamma, learn the Dhamma. Your neighbor asks you, hey, why Sunday wake up so early? Go where? Go where? We go to Nalanda Center, a Buddhist center. We go and learn the Dhamma. Okay, what is Dhamma? Because now you can tell lah, you can tell it's avoiding the extreme. It's about understanding the causes of suffering, how to end it, following the Noble Eightfold Path. This is the content that we are learning, we are mastering. Okay, and the Sangha. Sangha referring to followers of the Buddha, disciples of the Buddha, who comprise the monks, the nuns, also the upasaka and upasika, lay practitioner, right? Men and women. They are the one who practice diligently to the stage of sainthood. So when we pay respect to the Sangha, it refers to the Arya Sangha, those who are also diligently learn, practice, and understood. Right? So nowadays, the situation has changed. A lot of us, right? Sometimes only part-time take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Sometimes we take refuge to other objects or take refuge to social media, Instagram, 偷笑啊 social media, TikTok video, Facebook news, all the feed, all the reels, wow. Now no longer full-time take refuge in the Buddha, but occasionally take refuge in social media, in sensual pleasure. Until one day, if overdo extreme, overindulge, we totally forgot the true refuge, the supreme refuge. So that is very dangerous, right? So when we say we take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, we must also know what is the right way. Okay. Yeah, Sangha are also the role model for us. From the Buddha's time until now, they diligently preserve the teachings of the Buddha through their practice, right? Until 2,600 years, so long. Dhamma is still available in front of us now. It is because there are so many Sangha who is willing to dedicate their whole life practicing it. All right. So we have full appreciation and admiration to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Now, how do we honor the three jewels? There are these two types of puja. This morning, you make offering to the Buddha, puja offering, or honoring. When we say honoring, in Pali term, we call puja. The first type of puja is called amisa puja, the offering of material things. To the Buddha, to the Sangha, we offer. For example, just now, offering to the Buddha, we offer the lamp, the water, the flowers, the fruits. All these are material things that we can offer to the Buddha, right? We offer donation to Buddhist center, right? For them to maintain a place, a facility. Now, this is not to all Buddhists, we should know that a Buddhist center or temple is not just a building, a facility, but the significance of it is a place where we host the Buddha, the Dhamma, and Sangha. So all practitioners will respect this place as a place where all who are keen in understanding the Dhamma, they will come here to study the Dhamma, meditate, discussing the Dhamma. So always, at Amisa Puja, you can see people generously bring things to come and beautify the center, to make the center fit in hosting the three jewels as well as all Dharma practitioners, right? Not only offering these physical material things, sometimes offering service. When you go to the hall, you saw the hall is dirty. Initiative, you go and with initiative, you go and clean the place. This is also an offering. When you see the washroom is wet, you help to dry the washroom. This is also an offering, right? When you see, all the glasses because of the camp, the stay in, now it's decorated with fingerprints. Oh, this is not so nice. You go and wipe it. This is an offering. All right. So Amisa Puja is explained in this way. Now, I am working here full time in Nalanda Center. So I saw this one young man. Always, if he come to next door for his meal, he will always choose to stop at our lobby, outside, the outdoor lobby. So he will go around and then see if there is any chebis of sampah, anyone throw wrappers or rubbish around, he will collect, and then he will throw. I observe his behavior, not this one time, every time. When he comes to next door for makan, sure will check in outdoor here first. So I tak boleh tahan already. One day I go and wait, and then about that time, and then go and catch and interview him. I say, brother, Sadhu, very good. I saw you always kutip sampah in front of center. Yeah, you are really very good. He's actually a student from University Putra, Malaysia, nearby. So I asked him, what motivate you to do this, brother? Then he told me that, sister, small place like Suri Sedang here, it's impossible to have a Buddhist center. This is quite a Malay locality. But Nalanda is built in this place. To me, as a student, I feel it's very, very fortunate. A Buddhist center is built in Seri Sedang. I really appreciate it. So every time when I come, I felt that this is my duty as a Buddhist. This is my duty to protect it. I don't want this place to be gone one day from Seri Sedang. I want people in this locality to have chance to learn the Dhamma from this place. So I do my bit lah. This area actually very easy only. Kutip sampah, throw, kutip sampah, throw. I want to make sure it is clean, but only outside lah. Next time maybe I suggest actually inside also a lot. Yeah. Okay, inside we all do lah. Inside we all do. Outside let him do. Yeah. So this is the sense of puja, sense of honoring, doing it out of deep devotion to the Buddha, doing it out of faith to the Buddha. Inspiring a young student from UPM can have such love to protect this building. Now, Amisa Puja. Okay. And the next one is Pati Puja. We honor the Buddha through our Dhamma practice, right? Our Dhamma practice, what do we normally practice? The daily cultivation for every Buddhist. We cultivate dana, the spirit of generosity. We cultivate sila, the spirit of morality, not harming others. And bhavana, the spirit of mental cultivation, purifying our mind from negativity, from toxic. Yeah, this is the thing that we do every day. So of these two kind of offering that we can make to the Buddha, the offering of Pati Puja is the highest. During the Buddha's time, there was a monk, right? His name called Dhamma Rama. Dhamma Rama, right? Uh, 4 months before the Buddha Mahaparinibbana, means before his passing away, he actually knew it and he told the Sangha that he will be departing soon, meaning pass away soon. So all the monks, right, knew about this news. They feel very sad. Imagine the teacher that you love so much. Every day, conveniently, you can get to listen to his teaching. Good stories, good teachings. You love your teacher so much. And then the teacher told them that he is leaving soon and no longer come back. So all of them felt very sad. Their action was every day go to sit outside the Buddha's room, sit there, cry, sad, just to make sure that they are next to the Buddha, in the presence of the Buddha. All of them did the same except Dhammarama. Dhammarama also heard this news. He was also sad. But in his mind, not much time left. Not much time left. In this remaining time, I must quickly meditate. I must make sure I gain enlightenment before the Buddha left. Because I really want to tell him that I am already doing the homework. I have done my work. You have taught the things you taught me, I have accomplished it. So that was in his heart. He meditated day and night, day and night. Unlike the rest, sitting outside crying. So all of them criticized him. 你没有心啊你，老师都要走了，你还不要去见他，还不要去 pay respect. All of the friends despise him. Then they bring him. 不可以，你一定要去见老师。So he followed their instruction. He also went to pay respect to the Buddha. And then in front of the Buddha, the friend said, Buddha, 这个人没有心。不要指的，这个人没有心。No, didn't come and spend your last journey with you. And then after they complain, this Dhammarama explained himself. That is not my intention. My intention is I want to make sure I really practice well so that I can tell you firsthand that I have accomplished it. This is called the Pati Puja. This is called the Pati Puja. So besides offering in our action, our cultivation, we also a lot of time do the offering through verbal speech, right? Every time when Dhamma practitioner greet each other, what is the word we greet? We say Namo Buddhaya. Namo means homage, honor. When I say Namo Buddhaya, brother, meaning I say homage to the Buddha, brother. Namo have the meaning of humbling ourselves. You see, all of us so clever, right? Go university, this diploma, that degree. Wow, everyone very clever, right? The ego also very big, right? The pride also very, very big. So when we say the word Namo, means we are ready to humble ourselves, right? So every time when we greet each other, this is Buddhist culture, we say Namo Buddhaya, and the person who receive it will answer Namo Dhammaya. Honor the Dhamma, sister. Okay, okay. Then if I say Namo Dhammaya, then your response is Namo Sanghaya. Honor the Sangha, sister. You must learn, otherwise your children test you, fail, malu. Right? If I say Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, all three I Namo. Honor, 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 honor. What do you answer? Sister said, Sadhu, sadhu. You put a full stop with sadhu. Tak ada bukan The answer is you say Namo Buddhaya. Okay? Boleh That's right. Namo Dhammaya, brothers and sisters. Very good. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Oh, no. Okay. Very good. Everyone now very clever. This is the way we honor the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha. Besides the 5 prostration to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, this is the way how we venerate. Now, yes. Now, Pati Puja. Let's expand. What is the meaning of Pati Puja? Yeah, Pati. Not Pati Ayam. Pati Puja. Here, in the commentaries, there are 4 ways when we say we are a devotees. We are Buddhist practitioners. We honor the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha with our practice, meaning we take refuge in a proper way. What is the meaning of this proper way? There are 4, right? The first way for us to take refuge is called the Atta Saniyatana, meaning dedication of one's life to the 3 refuges. All right. The first way, Atta Saniyatana, means dedications of one's life, meaning we have this consistency, this loyalty in the teachings of the Buddha, right? When we want to take refuge in the 3 refuges, right? We need this time to understand the teaching. So this means that we need this loyalty. Not after trying some time, we felt that this one no good one. I want to convert to social media, my new religion. Don't want to follow Buddhism anymore. Yeah. So when we say we have this dedication of one life, means we have the loyalty. We dedicate this whole life, meaning until the last moment of my life, I offer Pati Puja to the 3 jewels. Right? So every time when we bow to the Buddha, we must know Buddhists are not idol worshipper. We are not bowing for any merits. Oh, sorry, got recording sound. 听到自己声音. Okay? Yeah. So when we are bowing to the Buddha, we are not bowing to a statue, to a Buddha image, but we are bowing to the qualities of the Buddha. Do you know that the Buddha have many, many good qualities? Right? The Buddha is wise. The Buddha is compassionate. The Buddha has so many great qualities. Now, as Dhamma parents to the children, we also learn from the Buddha that he always know the right timing to give advice. Right? He has the practice every morning. He will survey who has the right condition to understand the Dhamma. Right? So similarly, when we bow, look at the Buddha, we also register to the mind, remind ourselves. Yeah, similarly, when I want to guide my children, when I want to bring the harmony to the family, I must also know the right timing. Not when people are very busy, when people are emotional, then we start to give our point of view. Then they cannot listen. So one of the Buddha quality is he always know the right timing, right? The Buddha also don't give his opinion anytime he likes. If we read the suttas, if we read the stories of the Buddha, we can see that he only give teaching, he only give opinion when people ask him, right? When people ask him the questions, he will only give his sincere opinion. Wow, for us is full of opinion. When we see the new hairstyle, oh yo, why you dress like a beggar? Why your haircut is like a beggar? Wow, make our children feel upset. Why you give me such opinion? I try so much to groom myself. You say I look like a beggar. Right? So learn this quality from the Buddha as well. No, not all the time we need to give opinion. When the person is ready, they ask for your opinion, only you give opinion. Right? Otherwise, that is called nagging, unwelcome opinion. Right? Now, the Buddha also, over his many lifetime, if you read the Jataka tales, right, the past life of the Buddha, there are more than 500 Jataka tales. If you read all the stories, one other qualities you can see in the Buddha is he always learn from his mistake. For us, do we learn from our mistake? This lifetime lah, mistake after mistake, we can learn from our mistake. So brothers and sisters, every time when you take leave, before you go back, when you take leave from the Buddha, go to the shrine, go very near, look at the Buddha image. Don't just pay respect to him, but take from him the noble qualities of the Buddha, the skills of the Buddha, knowing when is the right timing. Know from the skills of the Buddha. Don't be so kepo, give opinion at this and that. Learn from the Buddha. Always, when we have mistake, own our mistake, learn from our mistake. This is the way how we can dedicate our life to the Buddha. All right. Now, what is the meaning of this going for protection? Taparayatnata, taking the three refuges as the protection of life. Meaning, right, like I said earlier, when we face with problems, challenges in life, right, we refer ourselves to the highest authority, the authority with wisdom, which is the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. I have this young friend. He posted in the social media. One day she was very frustrated already because she just came out for work, right? Just graduated and then started working. And then she felt the burden of needing to support the family. She was writing a long story telling the mother asked for money, the father asked for money, the grandparents also asked for money, and she felt very suffocated. She felt very difficult. She went everything in the Facebook. So I also kepo read by their response. But I was very surprised that some of the friends gave the advice to her only 2 words. But it's very, I feel very sad for that advice, right? Because the person wrote, leave them. The person suggested that leave them. And then some suggested that you can live a better life without them. You see, when we do not know where to go for advice, good advice, yeah, we simply go to social media asking for opinion. This is the opinion that you get. All right. So similarly, adults also, right? I have some friends when I came back last year, came back to Nalanda. The youth came to me, says that, sister, this weekend I want to travel to Ipoh. There is this very famous fortune teller. They said very famous one. I want to go and ask. I want to go and ask something. Then I asked, what do you want to ask? So he says that because now he is in the midst of wanting to change job. This present job not satisfactory. He wants to change a job and then he has three options, A, B, C. I don't want to go into details. And he says he wants to go and ask this very king one. Ask him to choose for him. Luckily, he came to me, right? So kena tembak oh. I criticize. I asked him that why you cannot use your own intelligence, your own wisdom to make this decision for yourself. Right? There are also in the past friends they go and see fortune teller telling her that another case this telling her that at this age you will buy a house, at this age you will get married, at this age you will get a child. Then apa lah you? Yeah, they come to me, apa lah you? Suppose you can buy 3 house, but when this person tell you 1 house, you only buy 1 house. Suppose you can get married earlier, but this person tell you this age, now you only wait for that timing, right? Yeah, so when I ask them in this way, they start to realize, right? At any point of time, sure, we have confusion, we have challenges, we have problems, we need a solution, but make sure that we don't go to foolish channel. We go to the wise channel. So parents, you are very wise. You send your children to Dhamma school. You make sure they don't get the answer, say, leave them. Don't worry, no. Okay? Yeah, so this is very important. Go to the Buddha, to the monks who are well practiced for answer, right? When you are confused. To Dharma teachers who are knowledgeable, experienced, when you feel you are in a dilemma, right? So this is going to refuge as protection. And we also have Shisha Bhavopagamana, approaching the 3 refuges as a pupil. What do people do? People got book. Yes, very good. Got pen. This one is evaluate my talk. I request them. We have peer support. They are evaluating. So, this approaching as pupil means whatever we learn, we hear, we try to retain, remember. After we retain, we try to apply it. We try to practice it. And from time to time, we try ourselves to become better and better, where our defilements reduces, our wholesome mental state increases. This is the approach of a pupil. A few weeks ago, one sister shared with me. She is a nanny, Buddhist nanny. If you find nanny, also find Buddhist nanny. Okay. Why? Because she is taking care of 2 children who are Christian. Because she is a Buddhist, so every day she devote herself doing chanting, right? When they eat, before her meal, sure, she will give thanks, she will chant Sabitiyo Vivajantu. And because these children following her, Christian also learn from her, right? Learn from her. And the parents don't mind. They said, okay, my children wants to learn, you can just let them join you, go through it together. Until recently, these two children, the grandparents passed away. First, the grandfather passed away during the Chinese New Year period. The grandfather passed away. Then few days later, the grandmother passed away. They say it's very natural. Is that true? If couple, they just pass away very near. So after the passing, of course, these two children, for the first time, they get to go to the church. They go and witness how a funeral is being carried out. Right? So after the everything over, these children came back to the nanny. Out of curiosity, the nanny, asked this child, 5 years old only, 5 years old, asked, boy, now you have visited the Buddhist center. You have also visited the church. So next time, when you grow up, you want to become a Christian or you want to become a Buddhist? Alamak, 5 years old 要回答一下问题啊。But for the 5 years old, is sub 水问题啊。What's the answer? No 5 years old here. Okay. The answer he gave was, he said, most important, we keep the 5 precepts. Other thing, not important. No matter what you label yourself lah, this one he didn't say lah. He just say this brief. Most important, we keep the 5 precepts. So from young, because he stay with the nanny and the family always discuss about 5 precepts. We don't harm others. In this life, there is cause and effect. There is consequences. We don't harm others. That's why we keep the 5 precepts. So this young child register. So when come to this A or B questions, the wisdom just arose. In this, when I grow up, most important thing, I keep the 5 precepts. Wise or not? This is called approaching the 3 jewels as a pupil. So I give you test question and answer, get answer. See pass the test or not. Dhamma school got test one. By the way, parents need to know. Every year we give them Dhamma test. But these few years during MCO, after MCO, I think they didn't do it. But I will strongly propose that they continue with the test. So students do test, parents also help them study lah. Okay. Now, what is the last one is Panipata. Panipata means submission to the 3 jewels or 3 refuges with devotion. Devotion here means full submission, full humility, right? The Buddhas know, I know not. The Buddhas know, I learn from the Buddha, right? Sometimes people go to monks, they complain. Venerable Jyoti Panyo in Johor, he says that people complain that 学佛越学越苦恼. Do you experience the same or not? Lagi 学 Dhamma, lagi 苦恼. People go and complain to the Bante, and then they say the Bante explain why 苦恼. Because after learn all the good things, they start to look at others. 你看这个，哇，拿这样多，哇，很多 greedy 哦，哇，这个人很 greedy 咯。你看这个人走路这样大声，bom bom bom，没有 mindful 咯，没有 mindful。你看这个人开门哎呦，动那个 glass 哦，sister 讲我们这个地方 host Buddha 他没有 respect 的。很多苦恼。Why? Because after learning the Dhamma, the focus is always looking at others. Parents also very keng. Last time when I was director, teenagers come and complain to me, saying that after we learn this, when we go back to home, Parents use this to attack us. 哇，在哪兰的可以早早醒啊，在家里哇，这样迟醒啊，太阳出来了都还没有醒啊。哇，在哪兰的啊会 serve sister 咯，哇，在家里不会咯，道德绑架。The children complain to me, they feel very stressful because it's like they are being attacked all the time. They don't feel the condition wanting to do. The more the parents attack them, the more they don't want to do it. That's their pattern now. Okay? Yeah. So when we say this humility, this devotion, when you learn, you are learning it for yourself, for your well-being, for your mental happiness. Right? It is not for us to become cool now every day look for mistake, others mistake. Right? So this is the full set. Few more minutes. The few sets of us, how we can honor the Buddha in this practical way. First one, dedicate the whole life. Second one, go to the right channel for protection. And then third one, diligently learn. Don't masuk telinga kanan, keluar telinga kiri. After 5 years, after 10 years, same old, same old. Pimai tang tu, same person, right? We have to also learn, retain, master it. Master what you have learned. And the last thing is you learn with humility. No other intention, false intention, true intention. It is for our lessening of defilements. It is for our increasing of wisdom. When you are wise, when you are sincere and honest, people around you will also be affected. You don't have to worry whether your child will be wise or not. Just like the nanny, right? She herself is a devoted Buddhist practitioner. She just do her practice, and these young kids just be influenced by her. That is the natural cause, right? So, brothers and sisters, I in the past I do a lot of Dhamma Duta camp, meaning not only in Serdang, right? When there is invitation, we also go to different locality in Kelantan, in Terengganu, in Penang, and Sungai Petani, many places to do Dhamma camp for youngsters, because youngsters really need Dhamma. Right? So when I visited the place, it is always my intention to go also learn. So when I go and learn, right, I like to interview the locals. So at one point of time, I interview a brother, a Dhamma worker brother from a villager in Kelantan state. So I interview him. I asked him how Buddhism arrives Kelantan. Right? When I go to a new place, I like to learn about the history, the culture, right? Whatever is beneficial, I will try to learn and then hopefully also share with the students, the children. Right? So I asked these questions to him, and then he told me, I want to know how Buddhism originates in Kelantan. Right? I asked him these questions. Then I was expecting answer like from Thailand, which place, or from Asoka or Sona Utara or something like that. And he gave me this answer. Buddhism originates in the heart of every Buddhist. As long as there are Buddhists who take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, as long as there are individuals who are practicing dana, sila, bhavana, Buddhism will continue to flourish. So, brothers and sisters, this is my invitation. Let us collectively, as a community, set our direction right. direction to honor the Buddha, the Dhamma, and Sangha with this right intention, with this right view to protect the Buddha Sasana.